Hi there, welcome back to a new chatty video.
Yeah, it's going to be a Q&A today, so thank you very much for all of your questions. We had quite a lot, so
I think we're going to split them into maybe two or three videos.
yeah, it could even be there's a video on its own for a couple of topics as well, but we may spend a bit of time on some of them that we're going to address maybe separately. So if we don't answer the question, always watch the next one because it may well be included in that one, but we did have a lot of questions.
And we've left it to the very last minute to film this. We don't have much time to edit it and get it out, and we're really tired.
Exactly, but we do want to get a video up because we really appreciate all the questions that we were asked. So thank you for those.
So we're going to start with this one.
We're going to start with.
I like this question here, and you've done a mix, haven't you, between Instagram and YouTube?
Yeah.
So we're going to go through them. L. Jackson.
Or Ellie Jackson.
Ellie Jackson, sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. 8706. What is the best and worst Disney resort hotel you've stayed in and why? That's a nice question to start with.
Should we start with the worst?
Okay.
Go on.
There isn't a bad. We have liked them all for different reasons. We would say, we did speak about this one the other day, the worst room for us would be by far Sequoia Lodge in Disneyland Paris.
And that's the room. The actual resort we did really like.
Love the resort.
Love the resort.
Yeah.
But the room, if you saw our vlog,
I will leave a link below to that.
Will you?
Actually.
Have we got time for that?
Yeah. We arrived, the room hadn't been cleaned.
Watch the video. I think that's all to say. It was
brown stuff on the flusher of the toilet.
Yeah, don't remind me. Yeah, go and take a look. It was.
But even when we got put into a clean room, though, we were there in March. We happened to have a really hot week, and the windows didn't open for health and safety. There's no air conditioning because the air conditioner doesn't come on till summer. We had one plug socket, didn't we, that worked. So there was just lots of different things.
No, there's only one plug socket in the works. Not that others weren't working.
No.
There was only one spare socket.
Yeah.
So it just seemed a bit...
It's very dated.
Very, very dated.
But we loved the location and we loved the hotel. And we did get it at a good price because we booked it during COVID.
But saying we got it at a good price, we should have still had the ability that if we wanted to have the windows open, because some of the windows were open.
Yeah, I know.
So which was what we couldn't really understand.
It was very warm.
But it was so stuffy, which made it so uncomfortable.
You can't sleep at night. Yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily just us.
No.
So that one I'd say is probably the worst, but the resort wasn't... the resort was lovely.
We had a really good location for room. It was near the lobby, near the bar.
Yep.
Loved it, and we would go back.
The only thing is they need to make their playlists a bit longer.
Yeah.
in all of the Disneyland Paris resorts. I think definitely Sequoia and also Hotel Cheyenne.
Short playlists.
Yeah, short playlists.
Yeah.
I love Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, but not about 5 songs that last about half an hour. Maybe an hour, but yeah.
What's your most favourite you've stayed in? Do you also think, though, it's not just... So when you think of where you've stayed at Disney... It's not just about that particular room, but it's the memories and the people that you've made surrounding that room. So I'm going to give you an example, actually. Our first proper stay in Disney was Beach Club.
Yep. With
the children. 6 nights.
Standard room.
2017. Standard room, near Epcot End. Loved it. That will go down as one of my favourite ever Disney trips. But we also had... 3 nights in a 1-bedroom in Beach Club, and that was one of my least favourite trips. But I think it's because we just said goodbye to our friends.
Yep.
We were suddenly on our own after having spent the most amazing week, and we felt in the location of DVC. It was our first time staying there.
Beach Club.
Really far, but sort of away from everything. You felt very disconnected from the resort.
It's almost like the DVC part of Beach Club was it's almost like an afterthought. It feels like
it's just, I guess,
it's separate, and some people might like that.
It's a wing on its own
because
really.
It's away from like the main hotel. But very nice. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to stay there again, but it just didn't feel the same as staying in where we stayed in just the room that first trip.
But we also, it was so cold, we had frost, didn't we? We had to de-ice the car to go to Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
We couldn't get on the bus one morning. The queue was, that was the day we had to de-ice. It was so long, and you guessed maybe 3 bus loads in front of us. So it was just, do you know what I mean? When you've got things, we didn't obviously use the pools because it was so cold.
Going back to the bus as well, of course, we always give ourselves plenty of time, and we understand that these things may take time. So we appreciate that, and we know that buses, sometimes you could be waiting a little while, but realising that you may have to wait for maybe 3, you kind of thought...
And then de-ice the car.
Well, no, then we realised, well, let's drive. So,
but it was just, do you know what I mean though? So it's not just the resort or the hotel room.
Could I just say something else about Beach Club as well, which, and again, this might be an unpopular opinion, in some of the deluxe resorts, I think Beach Club is one of them, your food choices are not actually, we don't think, are that great. The quick serve is very, very limited. I think there are a lot better options in a lot of the other resorts.
As in the...
well, choice of food.
The moderate and the...
Yeah, moderate and also the value. I would choose to go to stay at... Where do we stay? All Star Movies.
Yeah, for food.
For food-wise. Yeah. Quick serve there, absolutely amazing.
The argument being, though, you're by the boardwalk.
Yeah, but then Beach Club, you end up... It's in the heat. That's a fair walk as well. So, but I think sometimes you kind of learn to know what resorts have what facilities, don't you?
My thing is though, I wonder if that had been our first stay with the kids during the summer months when it was warmer, we would have felt so much better about that, having had all the family memories or with friends.
Yeah, possibly.
Rather than having just said goodbye to friends.
Yep.
And then being on our own suddenly. And then having that really cold snap with frost, it's just a different feeling. Whereas when we were there with the kids, it was fun. We were in the pool in the evening. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We had pool time in the day. It was just, everything was perfect.
Yeah.
So it's not just about sometimes the room or the location. You can be in the most perfect room and location, but other situations surrounding it make you feel different about it. Yeah,
I think you're right. I mean, I think we covered the worst. What about the best?
Best will be one of them will be the Beach Club stay with the kids.
Okay.
I loved that. My other favourite, I loved being at the Riviera.
Loved Riviera. That was great. I think the convenience of where we were.
Again, though, it was the family situation. Having the family. It was our big family stay. It was so exciting. Being nearby. Having my sister in walking distance at the Caribbean. And then my mum at the Dolphin. Again, it's all about who you're spending that time with and how you're spending
Old
that
Key
time.
West for me is another one I loved. Again, we were there with friends.
Yeah.
And also with the family trip, we loved it. And I think also that room as well, the Old Key West, I'd have loved to have spent more time there because it was the original DVC resort.
They're quite big, aren't they?
The rooms are nice and big, so it's kind of the space you've got. So that's a big plus. I think for me though, I think Bay Lake.
Oh yeah.
Bay Lake will always have my heart, I think, anyway. There's just so many things about it. It is more like grown-up Disney. It's close to Magic Kingdom. We've stayed at the 1-bed. And we also, if you saw our vlogs from our January 2022, we stayed in the 3-bed. And again, we experienced that with friends. And that was so lovely to experience with friends. Just one night. But that was amazing, staying in the 3-bed. We arrived that evening. Go and check out that series, that travel day. We absolutely loved that. And again, we were there less than 24 hours. But true. It was amazing. It was just being able to watch the fireworks from the balcony, the actual room itself, just the whole experience. The location, again, spending it with friends. I think there's lots of memories tied with things.
Exactly.
So,
see, for me, it's Bay Lake, but it was our very first DVC stay.
Yes.
A week there with the kids
in
a
was
1-bedroom. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
We had the most perfect Disney week, but again, it's the memories attached to it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I'd actually say as well, staying at Copper Creek, on our most recent trip, I did love staying there.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It was just nice. I'll say nice, that's the wrong thing to say. I mean, it was wonderful. But it was the convenience of the boat across the Magic Kingdom, the food choices.
I think everywhere has its own special sort of place.
And that's the thing why we like staying on site. I mean, we like staying off site as well, but we like staying on site because everyone just has a little different thing. There's still places we want to stay.
Different memories.
So I think that kind of covered that one.
Yeah. Let us know which is your favourite Disney resort to stay in. And are you like us? Does it vary each time? Do you have different memories attached to different places?
And also, do you have different reasons for staying in different places? Because sometimes we would try to choose somewhere because we want to maybe be near a park. Like staying at Boardwalk is fantastic for Epcot on Hollywood Studios. So we love staying at Boardwalk for that reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Question here. I don't know how really to pronounce that, but Don.
Oh, that's Jo. She's
okay.
Jo Lawrence.
Yeah. How much editing and social media does Ade do? Well, in regards to the videos, the vlogs, Lisa does, I would say, 99% of the editing of
Should we say 99.9%?
Yes, let's say 99.9%. I have been known to edit a couple of the chatty videos. It's not something I've really got into too much. You do basically the editing.
I'm in the habit. I'm an early riser. I get up every morning at 5 o'clock and edit.
Yeah.
But I'm awake. I do it. It's what I do.
I'll probably be editing this one because it's basically just a one.
After we've watched this.
Yes,
after we've
filmed it. So I'll probably do this one.
But you deal with the Instagram. I don't deal with Instagram unless we go away, and then I'm the one that does Instagram stories.
Yeah, you do the stories on there. So, so I'm on Instagram. So if people have asked questions on there, generally it's me. If it's on YouTube, it will be either one of us, but mainly you that will answer the questions on there.
You're generally Instagram, I'm YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that was a nice quick one.
It was. Thank you, Jo.
What about one here? Page Stut. It's on Instagram. What documents do you need? Sorry, I'm reading off my phone here. What documents do you need when driving and hiring a car in the USA? So, documents-wise, I think this sounds really common sense, but driving license. Am I correct in saying as well? I think everyone should have the photo. I'm assuming obviously from the UK. So you have the photo.
You have to now, yeah.
ID.
We're showing our age when we used to come over without the photo IDs.
But it's still two parts because you've still got the paper part.
Okay.
You used to, even up until a few years ago, have to have the paper part with you as well. Whereas now it is just the card. Obviously check because you never know, things may change. If you're watching this video months ahead or months, after we recorded it, it could be that something has changed. But generally the photo driving license
and a credit card.
Yes, that's what
in your name, the driver's name.
In the driver's name. Now, different car companies take different. Well, it can be a card. It can be any card. Okay. We would obviously always recommend using a credit card because obviously if you do have any issues, it's not like directly linked with your bank.
Yeah.
For example, Alamo take $1. But the idea is if you've got any charges whilst you're there, so for example, if you have any toll charges or anything else or fuel, like for example, you take the car back and you're supposed to take it back full and it isn't.
We had this in October.
Yeah, but they take that card on record if there's anything they need to charge you for. To be aware though, Alamo take $1. Some other car companies take $100 or maybe a different amount. So always check your documents as to what they take at that moment. But you've got to have it with you. The driver has got to be present as well. And also, don't quote us on this, but with Alamo, if you need to have two people that are wanting to drive the car, you can't just show them the driving license or a copy of it. They've also got to be present as well.
Yeah.
So anyone planning to drive the car, their driving license and also be present there at the desk as well. I think that's it, isn't it?
It's quite simple. Yeah. Right. B. Pooh Bear says, the best cheap meal idea. Do you mean on-site or off-site? If it's on-site, I would say any quick serves. For example, chicken fingers and fries are a really good one at $10, pretty much wherever you go, and they are you get a really good amount for your money.
Yeah.
We would also say, and we've got a video coming up, it hasn't gone out yet, we found the best quick serve meal, didn't we?
Which one's that?
How can you forget? The fried chicken.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to say as well. If we're talking actually on site, I think you can kind of split it between two things. You can talk about parks and you can talk about resorts. A lot of people, and this is correct, there is the common thing of chicken and chips, burgers and chips, the typical kind of food of that nature. You're very quick serve, and that is great, and that we do love. The fried chicken there we do really like. You can get different options in different parks, like for example Animal Kingdom, there is Yak and Yeti, which is lovely.
Yeah, the takeaway option.
So there are different options there. So have a look at it. Look online, look on the app, look at the different food options. But what we kind of quite like doing is going to the resorts, because they tend to have some different choices, don't they? And yeah, you're talking about the fried chicken there. We won't say too much, but watch out for a video coming up. That's all we're going to say.
And take your refillable mugs as well with you. Pop them in your bags.
Although you can't use them in the parks.
You can use them in the resort, so it really helps with the price of the meal. But we just find really, really good meals and quick serves. Also, head over to the boardwalk. If you're in Epcot, head over to the boardwalk. You can have loaded fries. They're all about sort of like the $10
Yeah, there's the
mark.
pizza. Huge pizza. I think it was about price may change.
I think it may have gone up in price. It was $20. I think.
$20. Now bear in mind, for a
Something
slice,
like
it was $9 or something, or $8 or something. It was just worth getting the whole pizza. Now sometimes there can be a bit of a wait.
Yeah.
And there's ice cream there. Is the cake shop.
There is actually. We haven't
Open
been
there
on
as
that
well.
yet. Ooh, add that to the list.
But then, like the Riviera, we love their pizza there. You've had, what did you have there?
I had the grilled veggie kebab. That was really good.
We've had a burger there.
And fries, haven't we?
Yeah, I've had a burger there. We've had croque monsieur. So there's a real variety there. So
and all around the kind of like $10, $12 mark.
Sandwiches, tuna sandwiches there at some of the resorts. I don't think I've seen those at any of the parks. Used to be at Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah.
Used to be there, but there's choices. So
quick serves definitely for best value.
Quick serves for us. Hollywood Studio, their buffalo chicken thingy sandwich
with fries.
We love that.
Really good.
Yeah. There are choices there. It isn't just chicken and chips or burger and chips. There are lots of options.
And if you're off site, you can get really good food in places like Walmart. For example, we've had fried chicken again from Walmart, haven't we?
Yes. Oh,
Great big bucket of it, or great big thing of it. Masses loads.
$7 or $8, wasn't it?
Yeah,
All that type of price.
Cheap, hot. But yeah, and also like their takeout pizzas. Also in like Wawa, they do really good food. The garages to take away.
I was going to say that if you're staying, say off site, maybe you don't have a car, but you're near somewhere like a petrol station, go and have a look, because a lot of the petrol stations, especially like the Wawa, what are some of the other ones as well? I mean, I know Wawa because other people have said.
Is it Road?
Racetrack.
Racetrack. That's the one I was thinking of.
You do get some you get some good options and choices there. We picked up sandwiches and things like that as well.
Yeah, they're quite good. IHOP is another good one, and they do like a happy hour where it's a little bit cheaper. You can get like meals for like $6.
Yep.
It's
Texas
not just
Roadhouse
breakfast.
does the same as well.
Do they still do that?
Oh, good point actually. They used to, didn't they, before 6 o'clock
I'm just thinking
or something.
like better value. But there's also Applebee's Diner. You get some really good meals there, and like we've done it when we were with the family. How you can have like 2 meals and it was like $20 or something, and then it was 2 for 1 on all the drinks.
Yep.
So yeah, Applebee's I would really, if you want to go for like, we've had really good food there. I know it gets mixed reviews. We've never had a bad meal, and it was actually our family's favourite meal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really good.
No, so I think that one.
Cheap and cheerful.
That one, I think, is great, because that is our kind of saviour. Oh, another one as well, Steak and Shake.
Yes.
Steak and Shake. If you're
Lake
near
Buena Vista.
That's
a good one, actually.
Yeah, that's a great one.
We both had a meal, and you had a great big shake. I had a Pepsi, and that came to, I think, $21 or something with tax, something like that. It was really good.
Nice, really nice.
It's on our list for next time.
RH Tubes, this is from Richard. So, what's your best remedy for the Disney blues? Asking for a friend.
Oh, he's out there at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Have you not seen that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Hope you're having a lovely time. I've been loving your Instagram. Maybe you haven't. You missed it.
I'm sorry, I haven't noticed. Sorry, life has been really hectic at the moment, so you've probably seen that we've been maybe a bit more sparse in regards to social media.
We'll leave that with the next question. Actually, that's a good question.
Exactly. So,
remedy, Richard, for when you two get back from your trip.
Book another trip. Maybe
that helps, having a countdown.
Or even see, this is the other thing we had the dilemma with, like, family. After they went, they wanted to book another trip, something to look forward to. But even if you haven't booked or not in a position to book another trip, maybe start thinking about planning that trip. I think sometimes that is a real. It's one we've done before. Sometimes, though, we do need to leave it a couple of weeks before we even start thinking about it, don't we?
And it takes us quite a while to be able to watch vlogs again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I don't think we've really...
Yeah, we haven't actually got back into them yet.
No. So I think maybe thinking, of another trip. I mean, I'm not saying you just want to do the same thing all the time, but having that excitement and that lead up and having that countdown is always a nice... Even if it's something that isn't Disney. But no, that's probably, would you say that's the best thing? My
thing as well, I edit the videos. For me, editing the videos really helps. So okay. Richard, if you've vlogged, edit them. And that really helps me. And I'm a scrapbooker, so I like to retell my stories. So for me, editing the videos is like reliving the stories again. But then scrapbooking my trips, it really, really helps. It's almost like trip therapy. I really, really enjoy it.
It's nice actually watching our videos over again. We always, when we started this channel, it was always about just us keeping those memories. And we're loving the fact that we're sharing them, but that is still a key part of it, is having those memories. And we will always... Sorry.
I was just going to grab the next one.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Why are you talking?
We will always like to look back on things. It's like... I mean, go back when we were probably kids, it was looking over family photos and remembering things that way. But having the videos, it is so nice just to look back on those things. So that's always nice as well. You touched on it before, somebody asked about how the house situation is going. Yes.
I can't remember who asked that. But
it's in one of the other questions. Do apologise who asked about that. I can't remember.
Just touch on that. That's why we're so tired and everything at the moment. Life is just crazy. We have, I do have a vlogging channel, Life with Lisa. I'll leave the link below, and we've been updating in there. We've got some really big news coming up in our vlog tonight at 6 o'clock. Life's a bit mad at the moment, isn't it? We're really tired. Yeah,
there's lots and lots going on at the moment. So
life's a bit roller coaster at the moment, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Sometimes
busy.
Scary.
Tiring. So I think a real mix of emotions. Do you want me to do that?
Yes.
Have you got any more on yours?
Long ones at the moment, and I think the camera card's going to run out.
A couple of people have asked me what do I do for work? What do I do for a living?
You know, we were house hunting, I must say. We found this one house on Rightmove. It had a pole in the middle of the living room. Could you imagine? I thought maybe that could have been an extra way for you to make some money.
No. No, it's not that. Right.
You're not a pole dancer.
No.
No.
Are you?
No, I can't dance at all.
You just need a short pole, would it? Right, what do I do for a living? I actually work for an engineering company.
So boring.
That
it's a boring grown-up job. It is a boring.
Talk.
It's a boring grown-up job.
Do you want to tell me what I do then?
No, I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, I work for an engineering company. One of the largest in the world, actually. But you've probably never heard of them. But they're an engineering, construction, design, manufacturer, and we can build pretty much anything. Anything to do from renewable energy, roads, buildings, power stations, you name it, we will build anything. We used to be, and still are, for example, oil and gas, generally anything to do with engineering. And I actually work within IT. and I'm actually a project manager that is actually responsible for setting up the project sites around the world. It is a company that's got probably about 40,000 employees. Our team of about 20 are responsible for, as I say, mobilising all these project sites. So essentially, if you were sitting in an office, like you might go to work every day, it's my job to make sure that if we've got a project site, and it could be in the middle of nowhere, could be in the jungle, could be in the desert, could be anywhere, that they actually have an office set up. So they're actually able to work, and generally these are always the construction sites as well that we are building at that particular moment.
So if they wanted a pole to do pole dancing in their extra, you wouldn't supply the pole?
No.
So you don't do pole dancing?
No.
Ever?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to make that clear.
Anything related with engineering,
any
basically.
Plans
Can you just
to do
be
any
quiet?
pole dancing?
No.
Sorry, I can't do your phone to find out the other questions.
Well, tough.
What's the next one?
Did you want to? We spoke about that. Let's look here in a moment.
Oh, you can.
I'm going to ask that one. KPF 101. I'm trying to think who that is. Some of the social media, they've changed things that you don't always see the name. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Anyway, do you have plans to see Barbie or Oppenheimer? Well, funnily enough, actually, I did go and see Oppenheimer last week, and I loved it. Really, really good film. Very thought-provoking. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything. Anyone who hasn't seen it, would recommend going and see it. It's quite a long movie, but thoroughly enjoyed it. You decided not to come, did you? I think you might watch it when it... Well, I don't know, actually. You may not. You wanted to see Barbie, didn't you?
I wasn't that fussed, though, if I'm really honest. No. No.
But Oppenheimer, yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Really good film.
And you went with Lou, didn't you?
Yes. Will Simo, not a question, but love you guys. Never change. Thank you, Will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Crafty does Disney. If you could bring a new Disney ride in, what would it be? Love your vlogs. Thank you. I would bring Guardians Mission Breakout to Disney World. The California. It's like, it was originally
Tower of
Terror, and then they made it Guardians, and to me it's just the best ride. I love it. That's what I would bring to Disney World.
Might be unpopular opinion, but it is better than Tower of Terror.
We loved Tower of Terror.
They're different, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We love Tower of Terror.
Don't get us wrong.
But it's different.
It was so good.
But it's really, really, really good.
And if you've been on the ride, please leave a comment and let us know if you agree. But yeah, that's what I would do. So not an original one, it's one I would bring it over.
I don't know what I would want to bring in if there was a ride for something, or might have to think about that one. Not for today, but I might come back to that one again because I don't know.
Have you ever fancied doing a Disney cruise? We spoke about it a long time ago. Neither of the kids wanted to, so we scrubbed it out. And we would both like to go on a cruise, but I don't think a Disney cruise. They're so pricey.
They're very expensive for what they are. We had this question before, and people have responded saying that we would love it, and I'm sure we would. But looking at the price of another cruise, I don't think we can justify paying the price of a Disney cruise.
I would love to do the Norwegian fjords.
Yeah, love to do that. So in regards to cruises, love to do one.
And I'd love to do a med cruise as well.
Yeah, and wouldn't say no to a Disney cruise, but I just feel for the extra cost, I don't think we could kind of justify that. If we found
an amazing deal or something, then it would. But it is a money thing for us, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you can get so much more for your money and do so much more if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
does that make
exactly,
sense?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably consider doing the is it the 3-night one that they do from Cape Canaveral in Florida? Because there's quite a lot of people have done that. Is it 3 or 4 nights? So that's always been pretty good.
Yeah. Let us know if you love them and do you think they're worth the money.
Yeah, let's just have a look, see if there's one here we can... I think we're probably going to call that a day now at the moment with some of these questions. I think we can squeeze in
a couple more.
Do you reckon? Yeah, but you don't know which other ones you'll ask.
Actually, somebody asked us about Patreon.
Yes. Yes, someone did ask, do we ever, I think it was Clive, or I can't remember the name, but Clive, thank you for the question, I think it was Clive. If it wasn't, apologies, but yeah, would we ever do Patreon? Well, I'll let you answer this one.
No. That was really
well.
quick.
Never say never.
I was
No, never say never. You do already have Patreon with your other business, don't you?
I already have a Patreon, but it's not. It's Disney based, but it's more to do with the creative side. Like I said, I'm a scrapbooker, journaler, so it's all to do with telling our stories. I do online classes. I have downloads. So it is different to Disney content. We do have a Disney chat section. I do release some of the Disney videos as early links, but it is part of my business. It's not part of Ade and Lisa, if that makes sense.
No.
So it's not, I would never want somebody to pay to be a member thinking that they're going to get extra content, because it's not that type of thing. It is more if you're creative and you want to be creative and that kind of thing.
Now,
we have Zooms every month.
Now, I know there are some creators, Disney creators, that do have Patreon or similar.
I've thought about doing the membership, but again on my business side of it, just because I do a lot of like behind the scenes video, but again from my business, not the Disney side. And I thought about it because I know not everybody wants to join up to Patreon, but then they could still do the membership on YouTube to get access to like my studio vlogs behind the scenes of me working, my like classes and things. So I've thought about doing that. So if you're a creative person, let me know if that's something that would appeal to you. But yeah, that's the answer. What else have you got there, darling?
Let me have a look on here.
Oh, that is Clive. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Sal
0408.
Thank you.
Would you ever fly with TUI into Melbourne Airport? Now, as you probably know, if you follow our vlogs, we do fly Virgin. Every trip we've done has been with Virgin, but that's not to say we wouldn't fly with somebody else. Again, if there was a deal that came up, as you know, if you do watch, we do collect our air miles. We generally fly with companion flights, so we do get very good deals generally flying with Virgin, but that's not to say we wouldn't choose to fly with somebody else, whether it be TUI, BA, I think Aer Lingus now fly as well.
I don't think we would, though, if I'm totally honest.
This is
I
the
don't
thing.
think anything would match up with what we pay for Virgin.
Yep.
It's £500 each to travel in premium, and because we use the companion...
That's return.
Yeah, return. It's one lot of miles.
Yep.
And if we were to travel in economy, I think it's something like £250, £260 each.
And I think now, because it's the two of us going, we can kind of choose when we go, so we're not tied to school holidays, and it is the two of us, not four, so the miles we're using are a lot lower than what we were previously.
Yeah.
So
you see what I mean? It's just a no-brainer for us.
So, but we would never say never.
No, of course not.
Because it could be we fancy doing a sneaky trip.
But it's not because we don't want to travel with other airlines. It's because we collect the miles through our credit card. And also they are refundable up to 24 hours beforehand. We can change them. I like the flexibility. Yeah, we're happy to pay £500 each for premium. And I know a few of you have asked as well for the Virgin Miles videos, and that's something actually that we've got planned coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that is something we'd like to do. So
we were on a long car journey yesterday, and I actually made the notes of everything we want to talk about for that video, so we'll be filming that soon. Yeah,
and I was actually chatting on Instagram. Someone actually said that they watched our Virgin one previously. So I think it's a blog with Naomi, and she was saying about how useful it was. So thank you for that. But we are going to want to do, and we are going to do an updated version as well.
Yeah, we did one. I think it was like 2017 or something, and things have changed since then. Have we got 12 minutes left on this card?
Should we see if there's one more that we can say that isn't too much of a lengthy
too wordy
question? There's one again here about Virgin points.
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris. Should we do that as a separate one?
Yeah, about booking.
We've got about booking Disneyland Paris, so we'll deal with that as a separate question. Virgin points again.
There's lots of the same types of ones.
There are. Let me just double check that I've covered all these. There, that one.
Oh,
Plans for your Disney September visit. Let's maybe finish on this one.
yeah, we did do a video about this recently, didn't we?
Yeah,
Plans
for our September visit. We haven't done a trip announcement, but yeah, we are going to be there in September.
We still haven't done our itinerary.
No, we're there. It's a split trip.
Really bad.
We're doing a week in Orlando and we're doing a week in North Carolina with friends and a bit of a road trip in the middle. So the first week in Orlando, we are going to be in Disney. We are splitting 2 different accommodations.
Just because we've just got what we could book with DVC, there wasn't anything else available, so we've got Bay Lake. That's all.
And
booked.
we're also just currently deciding on what we do in regards to where we may stay the night before we travel. As you know, we love staying at the Premier Inn.
Oh, this is a question actually we could talk about.
Yeah,
quickly.
actually, let's ask this one, because this actually, you could help us. Our travel days, pre-travel day, we have pretty much every time stayed at the Premier Inn, Bath Road. That's if we're flying from Heathrow. The night before, so we're ready to go get a taxi in the morning or the hopper bus to go to the airport.
You know we're creature of comfort.
Yes, we are thinking of staying somewhere different this trip. Should we stay somewhere different?
Well, the only reason being, during COVID, and they were actually one of the first videos on here, we had little stays at the Renaissance, didn't we?
Yes.
We had a runway view room and we absolutely loved it. It gave us our little airport kick. Sat in the room watching the planes, and we've spoken about going back there, but the Premier Inn rooms have been so cheap, like £40-50. However, this time it's coming out at £95 for the room. And we priced it up to go there and have a meal and everything else.
Taxi there.
And our flight's much later, so it'll be breakfast. So then we started looking at the Renaissance, and actually it's quite comparable. We would like the runway room.
Overall comparable.
Yeah, overall, including food and that. And then we looked at the executive suite, and that includes...
Executive room.
Sorry, the executive room. That includes drinks, including alcohol in the evenings.
It's a bit like club level. Those who've maybe stayed in Disney club level, where you get kind of snacks and basic food, not a full meal, but you can get snacks, some drinks, continental breakfast in the morning, that type of thing. So we're kind of toying between the two.
I think it worked out about £30 extra to do the Renaissance, and that was based on us having 2 alcoholic drinks each in the Premier Inn, wasn't it?
And food
based
at the
on
Premier
what we
Inn.
would usually order, because again we're creatures of habit, so we tend to order the same things. So do we have a Premier Inn room and go there, or do we go to the Renaissance, have an amazing room with a runway view, the executive VIP room, and have like drinks? We could have more than 2 drinks.
I know. Well, what would you want to see? Because I feel also sometimes the last number of trips it has been the same thing, and I think it's great. I think there's a lot of people that do stay over. For example, if it's not the Premier Inn, they stay at another hotel. Would you like to see something different? I guess that's the
lovely
question.
Hotel.
So, would you like to see us have our normal go to the Premier Inn, or would you like to see somewhere different from us?
I just know how I feel before flying. The few days leading up, going to the Premier Inn to me feels comforting. It feels familiar. I know what I'm getting. It's got that holiday vibe when you're in the bar. I love it. And I don't know.
We're undecided, so maybe you can help us make that decision. So
you know what we're like? We get really anxious before we travel. Will we get to the day and think, why aren't we at the Premier Inn? But then we could do something completely different, and we could totally love it.
See, I think the Premier Inn it's nice. We can go down, have food, drink.
Wings
it's
and fries.
A real kind of just...
It feels like a holiday.
It does feel like a holiday. I feel...
The happy hour for
the other option would be more enjoying a nice room. And we do love watching the planes.
We love the planes.
It'll be nice in like the lounge area. And it isn't anything that's sort of fancy as such. It's just somewhere you can go and sit and enjoy.
The beds are much more comfortable at the Marriott. We've had some not so comfortable
the Renaissance,
rooms.
which is the Marriott.
We've had some not so good night's sleep at the Premier Inn. Some of the rooms are really hot and stuffy.
They are very stuffy, yeah.
And whereas the Renaissance, the beds are super comfortable.
Let us know what you think, please.
What would you do in our situation? £30 more and do something different, or stick with what you know you're comfortable with?
And would you like to see something different? I guess that's the other question as well. Not only what you would do, but would you like to see something different? Because we're also thinking, will it just be the same thing from us if we do that?
Lots of people like matching the ears.
Exactly. We do that on purpose now as well, the people that comment.
Right, we need to finish this video.
You're going to edit this one now.
You've got to go pole dancing.
You've been talking a lot.
I think you've spoken more than me. And we
don't think
will film another video with some longer answers. I'm really sorry, we've just had some really long days lately, haven't we?
Yeah, so hopefully we've answered some of the questions. We've still got quite a lot of questions that we do want to answer, but some of them are maybe a little bit more in depth, so we'll cover those in another maybe 1 or 2 videos. So, but thank you ever so much for watching. We hope you enjoy, and don't forget to check out the video that will be going up tonight if you're watching this on Sunday before 6 p.m.
On my channel.
On Lisa's channel, in regards to the home stroke house update.
We're going to be updating it every week with what's happening.
So go and follow that if you don't already, because we'll be keeping the content there in regards to that.
All the house stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Take
care. Bye.